What's good, family? It's your boy Z to the EO, back again. Ride with your mans, Ivy Moore. Yeah, man, I wanted to kick it with y'all about this falling dollar crisis. You know what I'm saying? The collapse of the dollar bill. I'm sure some of my intellectual brothers who up on it. I'm sure y'all up on it. But I want to kick it with y'all about it for a minute. You know what I'm saying? For those of you who don't know out there what's really going on, we being distracted with entertainment, as we talked about. But one of the things that distracting us from is that, well, first of all, let me lay this. There's a difference between money and currency. Let me put that out there first before we even get into the meat of it. It's a difference between money and currency. So a lot of people don't understand that difference. You know what I'm saying? Money, to sum it up, money is the actual value, and currency is what's used to, promote that value. You know what I'm saying? So like a dollar which that has no value of its own, is supposedly supposed to promote the value of the gold that's supposedly in Fort Knox, which we know ain't in there. You know what I'm saying? But that's the way the whole situation worked, with this whole money thing. So basically what I'm getting at is that every dollar being printed, it's got to be something that's behind it that's not currency, that's actual value. So in our case, it's supposed to be gold. So it's supposed to be gold that's backing up every dollar that we pass every day. Because most people just pass dollars in their pocket and they see they get a whole bunch of paper wide and they feel a rush of adrenaline from that paper wide. And that currency then trained us to do that. You know what I'm saying? To see a whole bunch of cotton, because that's really what it is. Money's not paper. If you check up into it, it's actually cotton. You know what I'm saying? So look into that. But this little hand roll of paper, as we call it, like I said, it's an adrenaline rush when you get it, because in your mind you feel like it's wealth. You feel like you can do something, and it's understandable, because in this country, this is how we get everything. In order for us to get a taste of an apple, we don't pick it off a tree and eat it. We go to a store and then we cash in reserve notes, which are IOUs, and then we trade that in, and then we are allowed to partake in the goods of this planet. That's the way the whole situation works. You can't eat nothing that grew out the ground. You got to make sure that you pay somebody a green piece of paper, which is currency, which is cotton. And if the right person get paid they cotton, then you have access to the world's resource. So, that's the layman terms for what's going on right now, as we know. But this the killer part. The killer part is that we don't have that backing behind it that we used to have. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of backhand plays being made, and we don't have that gold back in the back. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, they done fronted us this pretty much. It's like a front. It's like if somebody fronts you something, you don't got what you got to pay them. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what we is right now. The front is we done spent all this money up, and what we done spent the money on, we done spent it already. So that is still there. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if you buy a brand new car and tear it up and ain't paid your car note off, that debt is still there. So it's the same thing with the money. That debt is still there. Our debt is through the roof. Through the roof. I done heard numbers as high as a quadrillion. Some people ain't never even heard of that number. You know what I'm saying? Look up quadrillion, because it do exist. It do exist. I done heard that. I done heard other numbers that we in the $200 trillion range. You know what I'm saying? I done heard a whole bunch of crazy, different, insane numbers. But at the end of the day, you can't really believe nothing nobody say, because the Federal Reserve ain't never opened up the books to nobody. We have never been audited, ever. So ain't nobody went in there, just like in your job. Give you an example of an audit for those that don't know. An example at your job is like the boss come in there, and he want to see the books. He want to see who been doing what. He want to see if we've been making money this quarter. He want to see what's going on, pretty much. So the books is pretty much open to some other eyes, so we can make sure that it ain't no foul play going on in the business, so we can make sure everything go and run properly. That's pretty much what an audit is really supposed to be for, so that you can make sure there ain't no problems. That's really what it come down to. So this system, which is the supports all of our goods, which supports gas, which supports all of this. The reason I say it supports gas is because our dollar is called the petrodollar, aka the petrodollar. Meaning that if you want to buy Earth's resources like petroleum, which they make gas out of, so if you want to buy that oil to make the gas out of, you got to buy it in the US dollar. So if the US dollar is falling, you know what I'm saying? And remember how we used to double our money up in Canada? So I don't know about y'all all the way in the lower states that y'all probably ain't traveled to Canada. Since we right here at the top in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we went back and forth to Canada and played in the casino all the time. Back in the day, that used to be something that the gamblers used to do because you could double your money almost. Our money was worth more than theirs. So it was to the point where, this is just in my lifetime, that you can almost double your money in Canada. $40 was like $75, $80 in Canada. You know what I'm saying? It used to be something like that. So people used to go over there and take advantage of the casinos because of that. Okay, I'll go over there with this so much American money, flip that, get a better odds, so they's playing that game. Now, the money then flips to where the Canadian money is worth more than ours. And that's to happen in my lifetime. I ain't even been here that long. But just to see it change from that to that, I know it's got to be a free fall. It's got to be a free fall if it's to fail from that to that in my lifetime, dude. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's out of hands. It's out of hand, man. So I'll just kind of summing it up with people who really don't understand the way this works, who just look at money like it's value. Like, in a minute, you're going to have all that money, which is cotton, like I said, and y'all gonna be wiping your ass with it. Literally, like, because it's not gonna be no tissue. Like, seriously. You know what I'm saying? When this martial law shit jump off, what you gonna be wiping your butt with? I'm trying to say that the PG-13 way. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna be wiping your butt with? Ladies, what is you gonna do every 3 weeks when martial law jump off? You gonna be depending on them niggas for a pad? I mean, be serious, man. Be serious. I'm just saying this to y'all, man, because we not serious enough, man. We watching too much damn TV, man. And I got another video coming about it. I'll just say it then. But, we doing too much, man. We doing too much as far as this. But not to get off the track. The stock market and all that is a big-ass slot machine, dude. It's a slot machine. It's rarely much you can do to affect that in any kind of way because they run that's their shit. The numbers go up and drop as they please, and that shit is a slot machine. You're gonna lose your money just like a slot machine. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the people who got inside information, the stocks work for them. The only way stocks work, dude, you gotta have inside information. So that's the only way they can eat. It's like a game for the big boys. So the small guy trying to jump into that shit, man, they're gonna wash you clean, man. They're gonna wash you clean. How many people really had success with the stock market? I mean, coming from, I ain't talking about big wigs who started off as big wigs, who played big rig money and got big rig returns. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you, a small guy, put your little coins together, jumped into that shit and turned your life around. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't seen that, man. Y'all ain't seen that. That shit is a joke, man. That shit is a joke. So, basically what I'm trying to tell you is that it's going to get to that point where the dollar that we passing every day, we not going to be using it. So this is where all you hear these people talking about they chipping folks, they chipping people this, they chipping people that, putting chips in motherfuckers' hands and all this shit. This is where all that come into play at because something is going to have to happen. You know what I'm saying? This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to eliminate, like, say somebody like Donald Trump. You hear the words thrown around, oh, he's worth 11 billion euros or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You might hear something like that. He's worth that. So that means we got Donald Trump, which is a man, standing there, and he got $11 million worth of assets standing next to him. That's what that means, being worth. You actually have it. You know what I'm saying? What they trying to do is eliminate him having to have a money stack next to him. Everything will be electronic. So that means if you worth $3, that $3 will be on your chip. It'll be on you. So It's no money to steal. You can't rob a $11 million man if he don't got $11 million standing next to him. You see what I'm saying? He got $11 million embedded into his flesh. So only he can do it with his eyeball. Only he can do it with his fingerprint or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing that they use to ground it to one specific person. You know what I'm saying? And that's really what's going on, man. So the dollar got to fall. All this money you see motherfuckers throwing up in the air, they making it rain, all this shit. They laughing at y'all, man, because in a minute it ain't gonna be no making it rain. It ain't gonna be none of that because you ain't gonna be. Money is not gonna be determined by something that's tangible. Let me put it like that. It's not gonna be determined by something tangible. So all the dope shit, that's gonna be over too, because you need tangible money in order for a drug game to work. You got to be able to touch it. It's got to be hand-to-hand transactions taking place. And if that's not happening, you know what I'm saying? If that's not happening, you can't have no drug game. So all this boils back to the money. So once the money come down to it, once it come down, and they devalue that dollar, and they switch all the currency over to something that's not tangible, because if they wanted something tangible, they would have just used gold, which always revalues itself when we have a financial calamity such as this. Gold revalues itself, so they don't want to use that, which is God's money. Really, gold is God's money. Gold and silver belong to this earth. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to use just weights and measures. A dollar is not a just weight and measure. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Because it's biased. A dollar is biased. So it's gonna work with who got it. So it's not about spreading the wealth. It's not about equality. It's not about sharing. It's not about that. People big with money, the word sharing don't go with them. You know what I'm saying? That's not a philosophy for somebody that's got a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Really rich people don't use words like sharing, equality. You know what I'm saying? Split it up, equal. They don't even use that kind of rhetoric, if you notice. You know what I'm saying? But the money system gotta fall. If it's only for one reason that it's evil. It's evil. People that I don't like people that get a lot of money. Have you noticed that? I don't know about y'all, but when people start so-called doing better for themselves in this world, they be the worst motherfuckers, man. The worst motherfuckers, man. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, man. They be the worst ones, man. The worst ones. Money destroy you, man. And they finna destroy this money, which is destroying everybody, because it's didn't have its time. So all that's from the past, like I was just saying, it's gonna all be over, you know. And when that money in the streets ain't in the streets, or the money in the streets ain't worth nothing, oh man, you can just imagine what the battles is gonna be like. Imagine what the battles is gonna be like, people. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no money to steal, so now you gotta take goods. Now, if you want a piece of steak, you gotta steal this nigga a whole cow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's type of shit going on. They gonna be holding motherfuckers' cows up at gunpoint. Like, freeze, give me that cow, nigga. They be walking the cow out there with a, you know what I'm saying, at gunpoint. Shit finna get wild. It's finna get wild, man. It's definitely finna get wild, man. I was just saying that this dollar crisis and this whole dollar situation is man, it's big. It's finna jump off. You know, see what's going on is that we have other countries that buy our debt. You know what I'm saying? They buy stuff in, when you, like I said, when you buying something, you use an electric American dollar, which is the petrodollar. You buying the United States debt. So it's to the point now where other people don't want US dollar no more. That's what's going on. That's really what's going on. So it's like, if the US dollar is suffering a 50% loss every time you use it, but you only can buy this in the US dollar, you're taking a 50% loss, and you gotta use it, because that's the only thing you can buy it. You can use to buy it. Other niggas is like, you know what, fuck this. I'm gonna use something else that's gonna give me back 100% of my shit. And that's what Gaddafi said. You saw what happened to him. Got his ass up out of here. Saddam said that shit too. Got his ass up out of here. So, man, look, the motherfuckers that run this country, dude, I'm telling you, that run this world, these are some evil motherfuckers, dude. They evil, man. For real. For real. These is they. I'm gonna leave y'all with this, man. I know we talking about money, but I'm gonna ask y'all this: do y'all think the people that run this world, that make the final decisions, do you think they're human beings? I'll get back in with y'all, man. I'll let y'all know.